Good day, YouTube. I'm excited. Tomorrow I finally get to go on a TDY. If you don't know what that means, it's a military term that stands for temporary duty. And I'm going to a place that I've spent some time before, a lot of time. I'm excited. I have a lot of friends there. Unfortunately, one of them is out of town visiting his son in Alaska. I'm not going to say in this video where I'm going. I will say that I'm going for some training. It's going to be really good. It's just for a week. Tomorrow morning I fly out. So if you want to know where I'm going, stay tuned. I'll make videos out there as well. A lot of history over there. I want to talk today about the topic. I was kicked out of a college, a university in Los Angeles when I was 21 years old. I was kicked out because my grade point average was above 2.0, below 2.0. Next semester, above, below. It fluctuated. Eventually the university said, "You're done." So they kicked me out. And that, when I received the letter in the mail, when I was 21, I lived with my roommate. That's when the light bulb went on and I'm like, ooh, I messed up. Because I was, walking on thin ice for every other semester, inconsistent with my academics. The reason is I was having a lot of fun with my friends. I was working, going to school, and having fun every single week. We had a poster in our house that my friend bought. I rented a room from him, and it was a poster that had 365 reasons to party. One reason for every day of the year. We thought that was fun. We thought that was cute. We thought that was the way to do it. Now, my friend wasn't in school, so at least he had his house and his job, and I was paying some of his mortgage. But for me, I was younger, 21 years old, and I was just having fun. So I was kicked out of university. And who would have known that years later I would become an Air Force officer? Talk about life being good, life being a life of second chances, because that's the story of my life. To be kicked out at the age of 21 and later to be an officer in the United States Air Force. Talk about day and night. What's my message in this video is growth, maturity are beautiful things. When you change what needs to be changed, you will succeed. Your life will become better. And that's exactly what I did. So I was kicked out of the university. Then I started working. And I got tired of just working. Look at that little hummingbird. That was a treat. Of course, I had to work. But I knew I had more potential than doing whatever it was that I was doing. I worked at a photo laboratory in Los Angeles, and I was customer service. I didn't develop the film. It was a professional studio. So I got to help out Dennis Hopper, Christian Slater, Playboy Playmates, photographers, big-time photographers like Preston is his last name. I can't remember his first name. He's a rock and roll photographer. Neil Preston, I believe. No, whatever Preston. Neil Zlozauer is a huge photographer. I used to help out these people all the time. And that's how come I was having fun, because they would invite us to parties and it got old. Just like dating, not that I dated because I would go out and have fun with my friends and meet girls. And then I met my wife, who was never my girlfriend. But I got tired of the Los Angeles scene. I got tired of the club scene. I got tired of talking to girls and having the same conversation over and over. I needed something. I needed a change. And that is when I joined the Air Force. And right before I left for the Air Force, I met my wife. We've been married 26 years. We met at a club, the Mayan in Los Angeles. And I knew she was a special person. Like I said, she was never my girlfriend. But I had decided to ask her the question. And I said, "I'm leaving. Would you like to go with me?" And her reply was, "I can't join the Air Force. I have a son. And I said, I don't mean it in that way. I mean it, we get married and we leave. She thought about it and she said yes. And here we are 26 years later. So life is about second chances and that growth and that maturity and making changes. And when you do that, it's going to benefit you. Then I joined the Air Force. I didn't know the difference between enlisted and officer. I just knew I needed a change, and my way out of whatever I was doing and lack of discipline and structure was the Air Force. When I joined the Air Force, I was 24 years old, enlisted, E2, and that's when my maturity really kicked in. A, I was married, recently married, 1 month before, and B, big brother, big sister, Air Force is looking at it, whatever I do. So they train me on how to do it, and they expect me to do it the way they want me to do it. And that is a beautiful thing. And that's when I realized I could go far in the Air Force. And at first I thought I was only going to do 4 years and get out, but I opened my eyes even more. And in fact, the base that I'm going to tomorrow was where I was assigned. That's how come I said there's a lot of history there. And that's when I said I'm going to make the Air Force a career, whether I stay enlisted all the time or officer. And I was fortunate enough that I had done a good job for the Air Force with my job, with leadership, with potential, with my education, and the Air Force paid for all of it, that they selected me to do ROTC. And eventually that led to a commission in the Air Force. Now talk about day and night, which I knew someone watching this video needs to hear this, because it's not how we start, it's how we finish. And that is a beautiful thing. Life is about second chances and sometimes third and fourth. But at the same time, if you need a third and fourth and fifth chance, you really need to dig deep and say, I need to grow up, I need to do something different, and I need to do it sooner rather than later. For me, I made my mistakes prior to the Air Force, and that's how come by the time at age 24 that I joined the Air Force, I was in a good position to really go forward faster than my peers who were 18, 19, 20 and hadn't experienced the life that I had already done or experienced the mistakes that I had already done. To go from being kicked out of a university to an Air Force officer, I think is a big deal. And I loved the journey that I went through, but I also loved learning more and doing things the right way. So I hope you take something out of this, and this can apply to you in many ways, even if it's not about the Air Force officer. It's about when you fall, you pick up and go, and you find the good people who are going to mentor you and teach you, because life is sweet. Now I gotta go pack. My grandson's birthday is today, he'll be 2, and then tomorrow I fly out. Let's see where we go. Take care.